Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2. I wanted us to kind of jump right in so I can talk to you a little bit about some of the questions I had from last week, and we can kind of move into this week. So let me go ahead and pull up this presentation. First, I wanted to look at some of the questions that you all had from the exam. Sorry about that. One of the big questions was about the 5-point Likert scale and being confused about whether or not you can obtain a mean and a standard deviation from this data. And the answer is yes, because point values are assigned to Likert scale. So as you see, you strongly disagree could be associated with the number 1. Strongly agree could be associated with the number 5. So, for instance, if the mean was to be around a 4, then the assumption would be that the average answer would be close or agrees. And so that is how we choose the mean and the standard deviation from that. We also had a couple of questions about nominal data and things like that. And I'll show you in a second. I've added a lot of supplemental information from that. So some of the suggestions that we had were just to put a checklist in the announcements. And I just want to remind you about the assignment due dates. Wednesdays is when I want your original discussion board posted. And mainly that's just because I want to give you time to respond to discussion board posts by Friday. And then Saturday, your exam and your weekly reflection need to be in. And the reason why I have you doing this is on Saturday is so that I have a chance on Sunday to do whatever I need to do, maybe make some changes, answer questions, things like that, in time to get that ready for you on Monday. But I will add a checklist to the announcements. Some of the exam questions were from previous assessment courses, and it does look like you had to go into Chapter 2 a little bit for some of those answers. If you have any questions with that or concerns about that, let me know. That shouldn't be the case from now on, but that did happen in Chapter 1. I have also added a ton of supplemental materials, and in a second I'm going to show you that. People had a lot of questions about Folio 180. This, you are expected to purchase this for the College of Education. This is the new thing that College of Education is using. Now, students who... Some courses will determine that you have certain things that you have to place in Folio 180. It's based off of the course and some of the assignments in there. For our course, you will not submit any assignments into that course. However, in order to graduate, you will have had to purchase Folio 180. I'm not sure how they determine that, but that's the information that we're supposed to pass along to you. And then I also wanted to address I know at least one person had asked if I could post the information early so that you could work ahead. And really what I'm going to try to do is kind of just do a week at a time. And that's for several reasons. One is that I really want you to be focused on whatever section that we're working on. This assessment stuff can get really confusing, especially the first couple of chapters. And so having only 1 week up at a time allows me to answer questions and get things clarified before we move on to the next section. Now, as we get further along in there, I may post a week or 2 at a time, and that way you can work a little bit early. However, for the discussion board posts, I'm expecting you to respond to people, so I really am expecting you to do that within the week. And then it also helps me if there are things that need to be answered, I know that and I can do that in time for that week. So that's sort of where I am about the week posting it early, but that I can be convinced otherwise if people have suggestions or interpretations of that. So really quickly, let's get out of here and let me go into Blackboard. And you'll come in here with announcements, and I will add those announcements to our page. So we're going to go in here to announcements, and this week, when you go into weekly content in week 2, there will be some more stuff on here. But if you go in here to Chapter 2 supplements, I have added some lecture notes. I know some people asked for those. Some definition of terms. Levels of measurement. These are questions about nominal, ordinal data. And then a bunch of other things that will help you. So read these as you need them. Thanks and have a great week.